Welcome back to the 9. More and more women are putting off having a baby or not having children at all. We first reported yesterday the number of births in the United States is at its lowest level in 30 years. The National Center for Health Statistics says the birth rate fell for nearly every group of women of reproductive age, except women between the ages of 40 and 44. Some experts say the numbers reflect a trend that more women are focusing on a career and waiting longer to start a family. Let's talk more about this with Dr. Aimee. She's a Bay Area fertility specialist. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
First of all, is your practice reflected in these numbers, women waiting longer?
Absolutely. I've been in my practice now for 10 years, and what I've noticed is when I started, the age of first birth was around 31 in the Bay Area. Now it's shifting to 36. And so what this means is women are trying for baby number 1 at a time where it's going to be harder to have baby number 2 if they're not thinking about preserving their fertility. For example, egg freezing, sperm freezing, embryo freezing.
So women should not read this study as, oh, it grew for women over the age of 40, so I can do it too.
And that's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that they see this statistic and they don't realize that it just means that people are having kids when their eggs are less viable.
A lot of women do see that 40 as sort of a target.
Right.
And after that is when I might need help. What do you counsel all women to think about their own fertility?
Yeah, that there are no two people that are alike, that fertility screening should be a fertility health checkup that you do when you get your pap smear, when you go in for your birth control pill refills, and you should be getting those levels checked so that you don't find out that you've run out of healthy eggs, just like we don't want to find out that we have cancer before it's too late. It's the same analogy that I use with people.
Do women come into, I assuming that the longer women have waited or have had to wait for nature to perhaps not take its course, the more in some words desperate they are.
Right. I want people to get ahead of infertility. Being a fertility patient is really, really traumatic. And so there are simple things that people can do to prevent infertility. But certainly one of the best things you can do is have your babies younger.
Let's talk about preventing infertility other than, doing it at 22 and I may not be ready.
Right.
What are some other measures we can take?
Avoid the pizza and beer diet. That's one thing that I say. We know that there is recreational marijuana now that is legal. That is actually toxic to your health. So no matter what you read online, it is not good for your sperm and egg health. The other thing is plastics in our environment, and there are reproductive toxins that are everywhere, so be aware of those things. For example, the aluminum cans that you're drinking from when you're drinking diet sodas. So those are some simple things that I tell people to do, in addition to always put a glove on it, because STDs can definitely affect your fallopian tubes and cause infertility.
What about women who've perhaps been taking the birth control pill for years, knowing that when they hit, let's say, 33, they'd like to start a family?
I love that you asked that question. So birth control pills tricks women. It masks infertility because they think that they're having regular periods on the birth control pill, and in reality, they're being tricked. These periods are hormonally induced. So it's more important than ever that women who take birth control pill for long periods of time realize, number one, birth control pills don't cause infertility, but you may not realize that you're having an egg issue because you're on them. So getting a simple checkup, an AMH level, is something that I recommend that every woman does.
An AHM level?
AMH, anti-Mullerian hormone. Fertilityscreening.com, simple site to go to, and you can get your AMH level checked.
Okay, and I know even though studies come out and there's lots of numbers, in the end, at least I believe it really is when you and your partner are ready for a baby, that's the right time.
Yeah, and who's really ready, right?
Never.
And so that's
you
what
know, as a mother of 4.
I tell people it just takes love. You may not be ready at that time, but if you're ready as far as being partnered, try and have a baby early.
So it sounds like even women in their late teens, early 20s, early 30s who are thinking, I'll do it one day, should think about one day right now.
One day right now, and if truly you're delaying because of career, which many women are doing, or they're delaying because they're not ready to be a mom right now because they haven't found a mate, egg freezing is definitely an option for them.
Okay, I know some companies here in the Bay Area offer that as a perk. Dr. Aimee, mom of 4, I might add, thanks so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.